So I couldn't find the heat gun. I know it's around there somewhere, like it's a blowtorch. Like. So I'm gonna just see if I can manipulate it out in some way. See if it does want to come out. Now she's coming a little bit. What if we use a spoon or a dolly? Come out a bit?
Yeah, it came out a little bit.
Just hold the boot lid down there like this if you can.
Yeah, give me 1 second. We get
Just leave the rest of your elbow on it, yeah? Same. Just in the most awkwardest little spot. Coming out a bit already.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Well, it's much better there. It's just the crease in it here now, really. It's only the crease there. Like this is actually out here. That's good there. Better than what it was now. I just need to get that crease out, and it's just in the worst of a position underneath it. All I'm using, lads, is a dolly at a curve to try and beat it up. Like, I can't even get to it. It's in here unless I can. Oh, look at that. There's a hole right where we want it to be. That's insane.
There's a hole right there. Might be our little miracle maker.
It might just be. Getting out a screwdriver and see if we can pop it through. Oh, it's just in the wrong spot, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, look at that, popped up lovely.
Oh, you can see it going.
Just want to hold there. There's the hammer on there. Try and work it out now here a bit. It's still right there. Just let it go up there, I'm gonna let it go up. Make sure I'm hitting in the right spot here. Where'd you heading it? I've done a fucking great job on it there.
Yeah.
It's out now, so that's good that it's out because I can tap it back in handy. Right there. All I'm doing here, lads, is using a flathead screwdriver to pop this out. Ah, you bastard, you slipped on me. It's an awful lot better than what it was, isn't it?
No, it really is. Especially when you see a bit of the sun kind of glistening on it.
Yeah, it needs to come out and it needs to come down. Still needs to come down here. You need to tap it with the hammer and put a dolly in the back of it and kind of flatten it together. But I was just poking that out there with a flathead screwdriver and the hammer, and I popped it out enough. Like, obviously you don't want to over stress the steel and stuff, like, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'll sand down. I'm going to get this a little bit straighter, and I will then sand it all down with 60 grit sandpaper because that's all they had in store. And when I sand it down with 60 grit, I'll put on some soft putty or some form of filler, and that's what I'll do. So I'll show you then me going at sanding and stuff on how I prepare and find dinges and stuff. So let's actually have a little look at the passenger side, and I'll kind of go just jump into it. So when I'm actually looking down, when I'm trying to find dinges in a car, I look down the side of it like this. And if you can see any in it, right there, sorry, see that dinge, and you can see there's also one on the bottom here. So what I'll do is I'll go through the whole side of the car and I'll mark what ones I can find, and then I'll give it a sand down with 80 grit sandpaper or 60 grit sandpaper, apply filler there where it's needed, and then yeah, well, I'll take you on the journey of sanding down this side and fixing the dinges, and I'll get back to you when I straighten this thing out a little bit more. Outside, woo! That was extremely unexpected, and I should really grab my mask now because there's some amount of dust in that. Wow, lads, there's some amount of filler in that. That's deadly. I am going to try and straighten that out a little bit when that dust dies down in there, but need to get my mask on. I'm going to let that die down and go back in and go at it. So I'll bring us back in whenever I get it finished up grinding down. So that was a previous repair, and I encountered it a little bit sanding it down, and I just said, let's take all the filler out of it, let's try and straighten it out and see what happened to it, and try and put a little bit less filler in. So I'll bring us back into that, lads, whenever I get it back in there, right? Good luck. I think we're going to put a bit of filler on this thing. Oh, by the way, one of the videos there that we tried to get a video of this bonnet being filled after the pins. And what else were we doing that? We were doing the pins, and we were doing...
I think we were working on the bumper as well, I'm not sure.
We were working on the bumpers, right, yes, we were working on the bumper. And we unfortunately lost that footage. So, yeah, no, we were also, I don't know, there was something else we were doing, but I can't remember what it was. We were doing something anyway, and we ended up losing the footage, lads, so going from here, I suppose. Have a great one. These are a phenomenal helmet up there as well, and these all of the adjustments inside as well for your brightness and all of that, and your time delay. So these are on sale at the moment. I'm not actually showing the price, but I know they're on sale. I was told to tell you that they're on sale, so head over to EIRWELD. I will link them into the description in some way, and I'll link this and I'll show you their website and all, and I'll give you the link direct to this helmet. But it's on sale. Get your one in store today, lads. It's absolutely class. So online. They also gave me, EIRWELD donated a few tips. I don't know if you can see them. A new square, a few tips, and a new pencil. They did have a Freddo, but I had the Freddo. Thanks for the Freddo, lads. It was lovely. I also got some 0.6mm wire. Thanks to EIRWELD. Again, I'll link them below. I'll put their tag in there now and all, and auto paint. Lads, thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I'm not joking, yous. This here might just get somebody a better weld, because I was going blind for the longest time. Thank you all so much, lads. I greatly appreciate all your support. If you wouldn't mind supporting me a little bit more by like, sharing and commenting. If you want to know anything at all about the mask in the next few weeks, let me know. Okay, lads, that is the roofs actually sanded and ready for another coat of primer. So, welcome back, by the way. Like, share and subscribe. We have a little bit of a problem. We had the car outside, and then we had this blue board outside. Brought it into the shed the other day, and see, the shed's not mine, so I kind of use this in between other people using it. And somebody took the car out of the shed the other day and kind of gave it a little tip. So although this roof was pretty much ready for primer, and not only did the blue board get damaged, but the Vivio also got damaged. And I'll show you what happened to the blue board now. And I'm going to mask up the roof because it's ready for primer. I'm going to, oh yeah, and also I use 180 grit sandpaper, 180 grit sandpaper on the long block after I go with the 80 grit sandpaper. I sand down the base with 80 grit, then I put on some filler, then I'd sand down the filler with the sander or with the block, depending. When I get down the surface to the required surface level, getting very technical on terms here, I would then switch from 80 with a bit of shade, the matte black. I would then go over with 180 grit sandpaper to take all the scratch marks out of it, so the primer doesn't, like, so it's just so it doesn't leave scratch marks in the paint pretty much, or in the primer. So that's the process of the painting and the primer and the sandpaper and all that. So where was I? I was saying something there about something, but let's waffle in, lads. Let's show you let's show you the damage. So the car was being pulled out of the shed because it's not, it does run, but there's an intercooler pipe off it. So when it got pulled out of the shed by the boys, they kind of sort of damaged it a little bit. Come on down here on horse balls. A nice little scratch here. The bumper is all dented and scratched and has a kink in it. Then the wing is all pushed in and it has a lovely little scratch on it. So the wing itself needs to come out down here. I need to pull it out so the headlight lines up better. And then it has a little damage here as well then. So yeah, it's not ideal in any way whatsoever. But you got to just roll with the punches, lads. You got to just roll with the punches. I didn't get mad about it. I was just like, you could get mad about it, but where does it get you? The damage is still there. We got to sort it out. So I'm going to mask up the roof and the various bits and pieces on the blue board to get primered. I'm going to then start working on this here and I'll primer them all together. We've also got Sam. Oh Jesus, I'm just about able to get up there, lads. My air hip. Sam was sanding down his rear panel for the sandbar, and we're going black with this now. So this, you're going to see this this truck at the show. Sam has been sanding down this here for the last little while and getting it ready for painting, and we're going to spray it black, put it back on the truck, and I'm also going to then primer up. Let me just take this mask off. So I've already primered up the bonnet of the Glanza because I wanted to do it twice. I wasn't sure on how much would come through the carbon fibre with the film mixing. I just wasn't too sure about the mapping and all of it. And to be fair, there was a few little small dinges in it as well, and I decided to take them out of it. So there was like a little scratch here, big massive dent in it there, big scratch there. There's a small dent here, there. I wouldn't really say they were dinges because it was carbon fibre. It was more, I don't know, like sinks or something like that. You had sinkhole or some stuff. I don't know, it was just strange like. So I just filled all the little holes, had to refill here, and to be fair, I actually still have to refill a bit here. And there's another bit there I think I have to refill. But to do one or two little small bits on this, we'll get them two primered, we'll get the blue board primered, and then we will show you the Vivio at the end of the video. Haha. Jeez, that's a tongue twister. Yeah. One thing we also got to do is, I also got to punch. Oh yeah. For those that didn't see, why did this wing come off the car? Why did I take this wing off the car? Was it because of that bit of rust down? Jeez, I nearly threw this wing bag on the car. I nearly threw the wing bag on the fucking thing. Yeah, so we got to cut this little aerial hole out of this wing. Also on top of fixing it now. So we will get to it, lads. And what else do I want to show? Was there anything else we wanted to show them, Sam? That was it really, wasn't it?
I think that was it, yeah.
That was it really. We're just gunting away. We're going to have a little bit of a break now, I think, and see how we get on. But I'll get back to you when I mask up. I'll get back to you when I'm masking up the blue board and I'm sorting out this here. And I'm also going to show you the Vivio. Lads, I had an awful bad 2 or 3 days there, to be fair. I stayed in bed because of it. It wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. So I've also got the paint. Let's go over here. There's two things that I want to say. Massive shout out to Auto Paint in Dundalk and in Dublin. Absolutely deadly. I've gone to Auto Paint the last 20 years that I'm spraying cars and stuff, and they've never let me down. The paint is always absolutely bang on. This is for the black Glanza, and it's going two-toned, as I said in one of the previous videos. So Pascal just walked out, my video just went off there, so I'm in the middle of sanding down here with 360, and I will be also then shading it and rubbing over it wet with 800 grit. Sam is going around all of the edges. He's doing an absolute fantastic job. So what he's doing is he's going around all the bits and pieces that I can't get with the sander and stuff, and then I'll finish it off then as well on top of that. But yeah, we're going to start getting some paint on this today. I know you didn't get any videos of me primering this, and there is Pascal. We're getting ready for the show next weekend. We still have to, it's what, this day next week, this is a Saturday, yeah? This day next week, this car has to go to the show with 2 flared arches on the front. The door fixed here where somebody hit it. Right there at a golf club, what, 20 minutes after I left my shed the last time. And then we have, oh yes, the damage here that somebody else done then as well only the other day. Lucky they didn't break the headlight, because you can see a little scuff on the headlight, a little scuff on the fucking indicator, and then obviously enough the scratches here. Absolutely deadly, lads. I had a horrible week. I had an absolutely horrendous week for people damaging cars on us now. I was lucky that this one didn't get damaged, but the blue board, as you've seen in the last video, and now this, so you're going to get me now flaring the arches on this and doing a bit of painting. Let's see how it goes. Alright lads, so what we're going to do now is we're going to spray this black. We're going to use the good old trusty JLD Auto Care tar and glue remover. As always, the best of stuff, lads, I swear to you. Here, lads, is I just want to wipe on, wipe off, and don't want to leave it really on it too long. Don't want it to dry into it. So I'll leave it for a second. Put the lid back on. So we're just going to go matte black with this. As I said in one of my previous TikTok videos, the whole paint splatter effect, it was just for the laugh. It was really just to see what we thought of it. Really, did it look well? And to be fair, Sam liked it, but it's his car, and he said, it's shite.
No, there was a bit of mixed reviews about it. People loved it, some people didn't like it. I didn't hate it, but I don't know. I have a different vision.
And definitely, with what we're going to do, it will probably look better black. But it was never going to stay this way anyway, because this colour, and it would never have suited the
colour it was going to go.
The colour that's going, yeah, it never have suited. So, matte black. Wouldn't mind, right? We're actually going to have to blast this anyway again, because it's pretty much going to get everything painted again on it. There's a few dinges and all on it. It's only just really to make it look well, nice and clean. Although it might have a little bit of a damage on it or stuff, we'll fix it on the next run. The next run.
Behind the scenes.
Alright lads, so now that we've got it all fully sanded down with the sander, we got to still just finish off the edges. I'm in the middle of taking off all the doors, but the weather just looks like it wants to throw down some precipitation our way. Precipitation! It wants to throw down some precipitation our way, and it's actually coming now, so it is. So what I'm going to do is, I've got the blue board inside that got primered earlier on. I'm going to pull that out, we're going to put this in, continue stripping it, finish sanding it, and now that we say all that, Here comes the rain. So, lads, I'll get back to you inside. Go on. I'll get back to you inside. Good luck.